Welcome to Chalk and Cheese Podcast. One DJ, podcast, one comedian, and two other guys. Chalk and Cheese. Come on.
Begging it. We're back in the place again. You don't know anything again. Episode 68, though.
8. Yep, 68.
Wow. Enough episode that, you know?
Next week is the big week, brother.
Next week is Dizzle's week.
Is what?
Dizzle.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's going on next week?
It's 69.
Why you swearing, man?
I know. This guy's dumb as shit, you know.
Right now, people, as you can see, Dizzle is not here right now, people, but if him giant soon, you don't know anything already. He's a very busy man. He's out there looking for new curtains and things. So, yeah.
Yeah, we gotta respect that. And as you
can, maybe you know, say the curtains make him not come back yet.
He's been inspired by the curtains because look at Yardie's top. It's the curtain. It's inspired.
And look,
but besides for wear red to distract people from him curtains.
Chris brought his lips. That's the only red thing.
We're trying to distract people from.
Yeah, that's why we wear red so them don't look on the curtains too much. And don't
balance to throughout the pictures. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, but he's not here, so no. But we here and we will carry on. Kane was tired. Kane do them hungry tired, yeah.
I'm tired, man. I'm tired. It's late.
We make our Chris start, yeah.
No, we were supposed to start an hour ago.
Yeah, but when you can still cover your mouth when you yawn, bro.
Shut up. I'm in my yard. I can yawn if I want.
Hey,
he ain't got no control over
me. I think I see a video the other day, yeah?
Yeah.
I see a video of a Jamaican taxi man. And he have on one of the masks them. And he might drive taxi and he have about 2-3 people in a taxi with him. And he must say, the coronavirus is a blessing and a curse at the same time. It's a blessing, I'll tell you why. Because of the virus now, people have on the mask. So now, them stinking about people are coming and taking a taxi.
Jamaica's a so rigged. Jamaica's are so rigged, you know.
And they make me start thinking, yo, them stinking about people. I wonder when they put on the mask for the first time.
They realize themselves.
You know what? But I want some people who got bad breath. Some of them really don't know they got it. Do you think?
No, some people.
I guarantee if them wear the mask, them know them have it now.
You know what, Kane? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, smell it, yeah. If it's your breath, when you smell it, that means it's really bad.
Yeah.
It's projecting forward. So once you smell it, it's gone too far.
It's gone everywhere.
It's gone everywhere. It's all coming back. As soon as you're talking, it's flying back. But beforehand, it's only going outwards, so you don't get it. Like, you need to have...
Brother, how can you not know if your breath stinks? Like, you know, like sometimes you ever wake up in the morning and dribble on your hand and go, Ross, sometimes I have to wonder if someone breaking my yard and piss all over my hand. I say, well, what the fuck happened there?
But listen,
smell like this.
I don't know what the fuck it smells of. It smells sour. That's all I know.
Like next week, maybe your week.
I have a friend, his mouth used to stink so bad, blood. Like, he will sit in a room, and the minute he opened up his mouth, the whole room stank. And it's like he was scared to open up his mouth, like he knew his breath stink.
He knew. Of course he knows.
I got a stink brethren. And he don't know, because he's a talker. And you see, like, let me tell you something, but like, he's a fellow DJ, innit? So sometimes we're in dances, and he's on the, yo, blood, and it's worse, because he's copying it, you know, like he's projecting it.
My man's directed it.
Yeah.
How bucket
All right, now, Six, have you told him?
Yeah, one time I did.
And what did he say?
What I did was, sometimes I roll out, I got Tic Tac, chewing gum, whatever, like, because I'm a bit conscious of that. When I'm in a rave, as I say, I talk to people close, innit? So I'm just conscious of things. So one time I offered him like a mint. He's like, nah. I'm like, bro, no, seriously. Take the mint. Like, and he was like,
You need it.
So I kind of said it without saying it. He took it. I felt like it was a bit of a bro code. I didn't violate. He took it. He ate the mint.
But you see me, I rather one and just say, yo, Yardie, your mouth. Today not right. You know right.
Yeah, you should have said to him.
No,
Yeah,
but I insisted that he took the mint. What's the...
No, but that way that he might just feel like it's just that time.
Yeah, but then...
If you just tell him like, yo, brother, you know, say, take him one away and say, yo, brother, like, if you get your mouth check out, you know, dog, like,
Yeah, that's hard.
you have beer in your mouth.
But you should tell a man, because nothing's worse than someone who got bad breath and they don't know. Imagine they don't know.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's sensitive. It's a sensitive subject.
It's sensitive, but
and you know what? You have to be on a proper level for a man to not be offended.
Your woman ever tell you about your mouth yet?
Me? No,
Yeah.
but I'm conscious. I look after myself. So I haven't had that. But it looked like you have.
No, there's been times has been time before when my woman say,
I'm going to tell you now, because even now, it's whiffing through the phone.
okay. That's cool. But out of all of we, you are the only one who sound like the phone, your mic have some kind of interference. So I think it's the viruses that are coming out of your mouth right now.
But you know what though? But if any one of you had bad breath, I'll tell you, you know.
I appreciate that.
But that's what I say. Anybody meet their own as friends, my woman, rather than say, yo, Chris, this okay, but in gonna brush him teeth.
Yeah, my man's got to go and brush his tongue in it.
No, but as we said, there's been times before where like maybe like a drink or something, and the woman say, yo, your breath kind of strong, you know, like I'm gonna say, I'm gonna brush my teeth, simple thing, you know what I mean? Cause
yeah, no, you need that. You need that, bro. And it goes for everything, down to BO.
Sorry, brother. Hey, Ceesix, Dizzle just called me. Dizzle just called me, said, I told him to get on his Zoom. So call Dizzle.
All right. I didn't.
How can he be later than the hour late that we've been late? Like, I don't understand.
It's a two blood.
him didn't want house party, may I tell you that. Him didn't want house party. Watching him coming in live, probably have Jerry curls and
and got a dog collar around his neck.
Yes.
Yeah, you should see him on his house parties.
Man in the gimp suit. Man want a gimp suit.
With the orange in his heart.
Yes. What shifting in a gimp suit?
Fucking tramp. Where is he? Oh, you slag. What's happening, you fuck? Look at him with red on as well, you know.
Look at Red Riding Hood.
Yeah, everybody.
Why for the riding hood?
Are you a riding hood?
You don't make me laugh.
What's that branding, yeah?
Right,
No.
That made him over an hour and a half late. That just to try and get it on the TV.
But you know the worst thing? No, but you know what? You don't make me laugh. He's been training for 2 days and got the cheek to come in with a cut-off sleeve top.
I've been training all day. Right. Can I say something to you? I don't remember. You see, if I wasn't doing it, then I would like be offended. But I swear to God, I'll take this as, you understand. The only one thing I do appreciate is Ceesix for, you know, encouraging me.
Oh, shut up!
What I'm gonna say about this group. This group is not a nice group. This group only celebrates failures. It doesn't celebrate when someone's trying to do something good. You know what I'm saying? If someone's doing something good, you find the worst to pick out about it. That's not nice, you group. But like, you know, but I like that because it gives me more fuel. So shout out to the group C6, and shout out to the rest of the haters, C6, Kane and Yardie. 3 haters. But C6, thank you.
We're
champion. You understand?
We're all haters.
Champion. You're build champion.
You know what? C6.
You boost me. Thank you, C6, because I'm doing
C6, you manage him, so you got to big him up. But you need to be honest. You need to be honest with him, because out of everybody, yeah, he's the one who, if you go out and you open up menu, lobster, steam can, and all excited with juice around his mouth and all kind of fuckeries. He ain't gonna be able to turn that shit down. Trust me.
I am.
You know, in 1 week
why can't you
of
give
this
me
big
encouragement?
fucking talk, Chris, you know how hard it is to fucking get into good shape.
Yes,
Dizzle,
remember, it's a mind. It's in the mind.
it's in your mind.
He never said, "Oh, I'm trying to change." He said, "I'm trying to get healthy and I'm trying to just look after myself."
Listen. Dizzle is an all or nothing guy. Watch. Trust me, he's an all or nothing guy. He can do it. It's not that he can't do it. But he come on here today, and I swear he had a spliff in his hand.
What?
Yo. Yeah. The Victorian ceiling.
That's COVID, bro. That's I know your Yardie. That's big. That's COVID.
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
Them man in here, they got
What is it?
Zinc. No, zinc. That's what it's saying. Zinc. You grew up seeing zinc, Ben. Zinc.
Touch.
So you see COVID, about that Victoria. No, Bridget, it's COVID. Yeah, what you had is zinc. Summertime, you can fry egg on his roof.
That's right. Can't roast all fish up there too.
What are you drinking? Dizzle, what are you drinking?
Cavassier and Red Bull. What's your point?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Listen.
Right over there with my water.
Kane and Dan,
It's called consistency, Ceesix. Consistency.
Listen, Pooh, you know for a fact, no one can go, look at him popping up the screen. No one goes from 0 to 100 successfully.
Your mic sound.
Is it?
Yeah, your sound distant.
Your sound. Like you put the TV where the computer or TV there instead of
Why you have to go into detail about when those
better.
No,
Not really.
Not really.
You sound far away.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. What I'm saying is, you know, Kane, yeah, that consistency, to go from 0 to 100 and stay there is very difficult. Everything takes a journey. So the fact that he's out there and he's doing...
But I have lost weight.
Hold on,
in 2 days.
He's got
not 2 days. I've been trying to lose weight, so I know I have lost weight.
Big up yourself, Dizzle. Don't justify yourself to none of them boy. Yeah.
Listen, watch him. Because he's managing him, you want him to have the image of Mr. Fit, yeah?
No, I want it. Listen, he's a big man and he's got young kids. So for him to, I just want that. That's all. And forget everything else.
Thank you.
That's
You
what
understand?
This is what I tell you. A shortcut way. All of his promo stuff. Photoshop his head onto Chris's body. Done.
No, but then you look done. But then you look too.
Then I'm gonna look like a midget cunt. I don't look like a midget cunt. I prefer look like Teletubbies than a midget cunt.
Pinky on the savage, yeah?
Fuck off.
You know what? Come on, them. We're all here now. We're all here. All 5 of us. So let's get started. We're gonna start right where me I sip on the social media for the last couple of days. I'm sure enough on the seat already. The situation in China right now, with Chinese people are kicking all black people out of them country. Have you seen the videos anyhow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really and truly, like, what really are going on, brothers?
It's fake news that is getting people where they're saying black people are more likely to have it, get it, impact of it, and pass it on. That's to me is fake news. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's happening. It's being perpetuated from the UK, US, and it's being sent across the world. Now China, who
UK as well.
That news is in UK. UK is not kicking out black people, but they're saying that black people are more likely. People from black and Asian backgrounds are more likely to contract corona and die from it.
They're fucking awesome. No.
So, what you see now?
No, but the reason why this.
1 second. You see
I don't disbelieve
one second. You see in China have got their corona situation under control a bit more than everyone else. Even though they were the first place with the outbreak, they're under control. Their lockdowns are over. So they now are saying, well, if black people are spreading it, then we need to limit where they go, which is fuckery. And that's why they're dealing with them harsh.
But to be fair, I don't know what black people are doing in fucking China anyway.
That's what I'm saying. They don't like
I don't
you.
think that. Why are you in China? That is one country you don't even look. You don't blend in.
Yeah, they don't
go
like
home.
you.
Go to Africa. Go back home. Yeah. Go fucking China.
The Chinese are everywhere. The Chinese are in our country.
Yes.
But some of them gonna feel like study reasons and that as well.
Study what? Study what? Bats.
Brother, they don't feel like university and stuff like that. You know, like in China, there's Oxford University. It's in Chinese though. Do you know how hard Chinese to learn? Ah, man.
Why would you go to a country? Why would you go to a country that don't give a shit about you?
I'd rather learn Spanish.
What you say, Chris?
Why would you go to a country that don't like you? They don't care for you. They're fucking racist, blood.
You know that's racist. That's like me going to Russia. That's like me going to Russia and complaining that they're kicking me out.
Yeah. There's black people in every country, bro. There's
they're ignorant and they're racist out there.
Trust me. Black people in every country, bro.
There you go. But
black people
right now,
and that argument is silly because why should black people not go somewhere because
our own country is beautiful.
What? When you say black people shouldn't go nowhere, like we shouldn't go to a country where they dislike us, we're here, bro. We've made home here. You won't leave here. You're happy here.
I'm not happy here. I'm not happy here.
Then go.
You're not packing up, bro. You're not packing up.
No, you talk there when they're ready to kick you out of fucking out of the sheep borough. Make one more black movie. You're gone.
You know what's funny? You see right now, there's a yard in Jamaica getting built right now as we speak.
That's what you have to do. And when they're ready to take back their blood clot sheep, then you can't say nothing.
In 15 years, I'm gone.
Yeah, but 15
no,
years,
you might be gone in 5. The way the things are looking. Make one more black person move in the village. They say, "Fact this now. One's got to go."
Kane, based on what Chris is saying, yeah, like we settled here even when we weren't wanted, even when there was signs saying
we had no choice.
Listen, wait a second, guys. Let me just
get no choice. It's true though.
When there was signs saying no blacks, no dogs, we still settled here. We're still here. So
where was we gonna go?
Go to China.
Under the bridge.
Like go to China. Like we shouldn't be. Listen, they come and invaded everywhere. We should go everywhere. Fuck being scared. Go.
No, somebody told me the other day, if you smoke in Dubai, you could get about 20 years. Yeah. I'm not going there. So why would I go? Like me go in there and smoke and talk about, oh, they're racist. I only had one spliff. No, I know how they stay. So I'm not going.
Then don't smoke then if you go to their country.
No, that's like, if you don't want racism, don't go to another country where the people are white.
We are here, bro. What's the difference? We are here. And we're not leaving.
No, but
listen.
Go on. I would prefer to be in the sun with my people, them. 100%.
Do it then. Make plans to do that.
Right. Because you're not going to make no money where the sun is. Go out there and go see if you're going to make money.
Sometimes it's not all about money, you know.
But sometimes what do you mean it's not all about money?
It's not. Sometimes you could be on the beach and see a mango and pick it. See a coconut, eat it. You see some ackee go on, just you run a quick boat. You don't need no money.
You might go teach the people and mango. Man, I will chop you up.
Based on what you just said, money can make in those countries. In fact, Africa is probably the best place to invest in.
Yes. Thank you. Listen, shut up, Dizzle. Shut the fuck up.
Why you little coon? You're a coon, enough. Little coon.
You were talking about going to Africa. You were talking about going back to Jamaica and picking fucking coconut and mango.
You're the fucking butler in Django.
The fucking president of you fucking idiot. Right?
Man was the proper butler in Django, you know.
Listen, I'm all right. But this is serious. You see what the Chinese are doing to the Africans, yeah? See, Chinese people, for some reason, they don't give a fuck about no one else but themselves. That's just how they're brought up. That's just how they are. That's why they can go to other countries and flourish. They stick together, they make their money, they take all their money out and spend it back home. That's what they do. This is what they do. Everywhere you go, every black country you go to, why is Chinese there?
But you know, there's one country in Africa, I think it's Guinea. Them lock up the Chinese people. Them out
yeah,
there
good.
Yeah, good.
Lock them up.
And them say, yo, them not let them go to them for them people.
Until their people are safe, which is right.
I'm see a video with a man over here, so English brother, black brother, in the on top of a roof.
Yeah, my cause of blood clot.
And he must say, yo, how boy, you know want to read the ramp with we, yo, people there in England too, you know. We take it out for them too, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know me I say, like, when me is a little boy, I'm come to England, you know. Like, it's a little boy, teenager age, come to England and I used to see Chinese people. I always have in my mind Kung Fu movie. And I used to always think, say, yo, like, every Chinese person must can do Kung Fu.
Yeah, they can fight.
Brother, like, we need some, like, if there's a fight.
They can't do Kung Fu, but they can take some raw slick, though.
No, man. Feast of them, we drop the Charlie Monk, them, you know.
You never see Chinese in Jamaica?
Yeah,
we see them out there.
China, man.
No, I know they're in Jamaica, Chris. I know that, but he said when he come to England, I just wanted to know, did he not see them?
Oh, they weren't that much.
They weren't none of Black River.
No, there was 1 and 2. There was 1 and 2, but there weren't that many. And the ones them you see, them yeah, not that many. They weren't back in
the day, there weren't enough Chinese like now.
Man, in Kingston though, and them places, they've been owning it. They've been running that shit.
No, I know there's been a lot, but I'm trying to say no, there's more. Back then there weren't that many. Even which me grew up in the countryside, we probably see like 3 of them most, and we grew up and see them, so we never really pre them like them are Chinese. Like we pre them as them are Jamaican. We never really, cause them talk like Jamaican and everything. So we never really them one day. They're years. But
they didn't
the one where I come out now.
Come through like.
Yeah, cause even the one where I come out now, and funny enough, when they out there in they go February, February they out there, right, or March. They out there and we're going to a supermarket which was owned by Chinese, but the lady that used to own it, she's not there no more. But it looks like our some younger relatives have come over and they're running it now. And there was a girl working there, a Chinese girl working there, and she's very rude to the customers. Like you can hear it in their tone when she talks to them. She's very rude with them. And
but ain't that like, Jamaica in general?
No, you think that, but it's a different type of rudeness. It's almost like she had looked down upon them when she talked to them.
Condescending.
Yeah, it's like almost like somebody asked you something, but you're gonna make him wait because you can make him wait. But then when me walk in now, you change your tone. Like, don't do that. You be fair with everybody. Like, don't. You understand me?
Yeah.
Trust me, man. And them do them things, and that's why it's them in the countries now. These smaller countries that they go there and they capitalize on it, and they treat the people like they almost belittle them. Yeah. And because they feel like they're in power, because they have something the people want.
It's the money.
They get away with it.
This is an old thing that was on, yeah? There was a guy, he worked at a Chinese restaurant, and he got there late, and the guy gave him 2 lash on his back with a cane. Have you seen that one?
With you?
Didn't know, you never see it.
With a cane, he said.
Man.
Yep.
So basically, what they were doing, anytime anybody...
Kane's like Chris sometimes, you know?
Yeah, see? You're dumb as shit, you know, blood.
I couldn't hear him.
Well, stop eating the bulgur weed and fucking listen to what the man saying, innit?
I couldn't hear.
Fucking ears full of bare bulgur weed.
Shut up, you're just as slow as me, you little bitch.
I'm as slow as you.
You know,
all you can do is lift. That's why all you can do is lift weights, you dumb fucker. You don't do nothing that is anything to do with reading, you don't fucking do.
Get back to topic,
You fucking monkey. That's why them Chinese man would have at least Chris working in the kitchen, washing up plates and sweeping up and shit. You're fucking gorilla.
Get back to what you're saying, bro. Come on, man.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the guy gave him 2 lash. And this is in Africa, you know. How can a Chinese man open up a restaurant in Africa, have African people working there, and when they do something wrong, they're lashing them? And the only way it came out was another worker recorded them, and the guy went to the police, and he lost his job. And it found out the Chinese people that was there, they weren't even supposed to be in the country. They were there on like a temporary visa.
Boy, it's mad.
They take the piss.
Yeah, because that's probably the thing, is because more other countries like UK and that, if you just come in here for the first time, they might give you back a question, they might turn your back. But when you go to other countries, like some countries in Africa and the Caribbean, them just stamp go through holiday stamp, and them just forget about you.
And then that's right. That's what happened.
Freely they just run away.
But how can a Chinese man be in your country and lashing you?
Bro, you know what it is? As you said, it's about money, bro. Like, it doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter if it's Chinese. There's a million. All of our countries have people in there that are running us and ruling us. Do you get what I'm saying? If we just go to Jamaica, Highway 2000, the bit from Ochi to Linston. Yeah, I was there a couple of years ago. That is a Chinese highway. Yep. And guess what they done? They bought that piece of the island, and then they flew all their engineers and their workers from China and didn't use no local labor. Now you
swear down.
No, brother, be and serious. If them did use local labor, the road would still fix, you know.
That's not.
See, that's not nice. See, that's
not nice.
That's the kind of thing that's bring us back 2,000 years.
It's fucking true. I'm with Yardie on this.
No, brother,
still
listen to me.
Getting done.
Brother, the man would have said, I'm telling you, Ceesix, you ever build property a yard yet? You invest in a property, me I tell you.
Yes.
Yeah? Yes. The man, you go and all right, you go and give them the money and say, boom, pay. Next week, man say, yo, boss, you know, so that mall is short. Yeah, man, you're going to need some more, man. Okay. A half of a job it doing, you're going to need some more money. Brother.
But that's not what we're saying.
Tell you something. It's when workman at Jamaica work and them say, yo, we're going to run a boat. That is food for those who don't know. They're going to cook a pot of food. And the man them go so, boom, and roll out some dumpling. I want 35 dumpling. Every man have 10 dumpling. Yo, no work, now I do again.
Yeah, but the thing is,
that's
right. That's just workers.
10 flour.
That's workers in general. That's not
very
just
heavy.
That's not just the Jamaicans. That's workers in general. Workers without a boss. Workers without financial. So my parents built their yard in Jamaica, but when they built it, they go when they're there building. If I send you a video, I'm gonna send you a video of them building my dad's house. The way the man them are working, none of us can do them kind of work. The way they're working.
Brother, you're not gonna say, stop right.
Let me finish. Let me land. That there is because my dad was watching them, and if the if the Chinese got local labor and managed local labor, the work will be just as good as getting the Chinese in. Don't send money down, because you won't get it. Not a naga go on if you send money. It happens when the man them send for dub plates. It's just the same as sending for sand and breeze blocks. Your money gets stripped till it can't buy the product you originally sent. I get that, but you have to.
That's my point.
But once you use local labor, you have to manage local labor. When you go down, if you return, if any of you return to Jamaica and build a house and don't use local labor and don't. And you come in the community with this big money and don't use local labor, don't feed nobody, target upon your head, brethren. Remember I tell you that.
So are you telling me that all the people in Jamaica, the workers, they were like Dizzle?
Pardon?
You saying everybody in Jamaica is like Dizzle?
No, I'm saying
the whole country team.
No, I'm saying what in general. I'm saying, all right, listen, anybody, even in England, if Sainsbury's had no managers, if Sainsbury's had no supervisors, there'll be nothing on the shelf. People will be messing about all day.
You're right. But they're notorious out there. They're notorious. Notorious because we don't send money back to other places. So we don't know that. If you ever my brother built a house in Ghana, same thing. I'm not saying it don't happen anywhere else. I'm just saying it does happen in Jamaica.
Yeah, but that's because
it happens everywhere else. So
I'm not saying it doesn't happen everywhere else.
But that point is not valid. That would happen over here. I've given man fucking money to do my house, and you don't see them again. That's
Why, what happened?
Everywhere.
To
What
do
was
what?
it,
To change,
Jamaica,
what
man?
was he doing? Come to change your curtains?
Huh?
What do you do?
No, come
change your
to
curtains?
breed the sheep. Come to breed the sheep that you breed. Come to get the you out of it.
Is it? Stop stuttering.
So what, haven't you seen like road builders, and then they got a big watch of people that
Chris, yeah. Dizzle, yeah, who you give the money to? A Jamaican man.
But all right, Dizzle, be honest, yeah. What work did you have to get done at your house?
Some painting.
And you gave a Jamaican guy your money.
Yes.
Yeah, and he didn't come back.
I told you he had to be Jamaican.
So what happened now?
When I see him, I'm thumping in his face.
You're an idiot. Big bad Dizzle, yeah? Make man run off with his things. Big
Okay,
bad Dizzle.
that man lived in your house for 3 years
come on,
without
bro.
paying a pound.
All right, you should have never said that.
Hey, you can say that.
All the violations that happened in my life.
I'm not going to say something to you.
when I was
Kane,
in my
that was
20s.
£100. You, a man lived in your house for 3 years. Yeah?
2.5.
And told,
2.5.
complained,
2.5.
and complained about the heating. The man's living in there for 3 years and complaining about the heating.
Yeah.
You know, I'm mad.
All right. Well, yeah, man. It's a serious thing that go on in China, man, with this whole thing. And, you know, I just, it's all mad because even though we are like, especially we see it as a bad thing and we're going to have something against them and all these things. If when you look around in your house, even right now with everything we use and things like that, it's all made in China. To be honest, the only way we could make them hurt for this is stop buying them products
Financially.
But we're not.
That's the only way.
That's the problem. We're not.
I think personally, black countries need to do what Guinea have done.
That's right.
And say, you know what, cool. We don't want you here either. And right now, nobody can watch money. To me, money's not an excuse for nothing because Corona has locked down everything. Like they were saying that Primark used to make £650 million a month, and now they make zero. That's because of Corona. So no one in the future, don't tell me, oh, the Chinese, them, we can't kick out the Chinese, them, because of their money. When we're ready to shut down for this disease, this virus. So that shows we can live without their money. So keep them out of our country.
Hold on, wait. So with Primark, they don't do nothing online?
No.
Them should have, but they not do it.
No, but the thing is, even that though, yeah, in saying that, they still they make so much money. People, there was a thing the other day where people was cussing them for their business plan because they're not going online or they haven't been online. But they've not gone online because they got overheads. And if you go online, you end up pushing all your traffic online, and then all your
and then the shop start closed down.
Yeah. So all your overheads, you still got them. Probably still got all of that. So what they've done is they've kept it and managed it, and they know statistically, people in the shop buy more than people online because you go around the shop and you pick up a pair of socks when you only went for a pair of jeans. So you pick up jeans, socks, and you might get sunglasses. That's spending more.
But the thing about Primark, if they went online, it would cost more to ship it than what you're actually buying.
Yeah, because you get a £2 socks and get it shipped.
That's what I'm saying. So that makes no sense.
So the business plan is not flawed. No one saw this coming. You get what I'm saying? They've
got enough money to get me. They got enough money to breeze off.
Yeah,
I'm changing the subject. Sorry, Yardie. I know you're the anchor, but in terms of money, yeah.
I was gonna get there, bro.
All right, go on, Yardie.
I was waiting for you to finish talk about the £2 socks and that, and then I was gonna say, like we're talking about money, fly money Mayweather.
Yeah.
Charging fans £1,200 for dollars for a live conversation with him, face to face, like by the phone.
Listen, he's fucking broke.
No, I don't think he is.
He's broke.
Brother, who who are going to spend money
Listen
to have
to
a
me.
conversation?
Okay. I'm not saying Floyd Mayweather hasn't got any money, but Floyd Mayweather's broke. There's a difference.
In what way?
Listen, you see in America how it works here. See, the more money you got, the more your expenses are.
Yeah, the IRS, man. You got.
So let's say Floyd Mayweather still got 300 million. Next year's tax bill could be all 50-odd million because you pay property tax out there. So like, you see, like here, you don't pay tax on your property until you sold it. Out there, what they do, they appraise your property every year to see how much your property is worth, and you pay tax on your property. That's how they get their tax money from them. He's got an IRS bill for money that he's earned how many years ago. There's always lawsuits coming up, and the expenses that he's got, the money that he's got going out.
As well.
Listen, but the money he's got going out is vastly outstretched what's coming in. So he's broke.
You think so?
Yes.
You know what?
Come on.
You have to tell someone and watch them soon.
What Mayweather said, he said himself, he's made himself some smart investments where he can't go broke.
And he's made some dumb investments as well.
Yeah, he's a gambler. He's a gambler, and that's a big vice because you lose more than what you gain usually. But I still don't think he's broke.
He's broke. He's broke. I'm not saying he hasn't got money, but he's broke.
I'm not saying he's that broke, but you're saying he's a broke that he has to sell pictures now for 1,000.
But you know what? Yeah, no one knows.
Come on.
We don't. No one knows anybody's financial state. No matter what we see, we always assume. We always.
Right, does that make sense to you? What he's doing then? You tell me.
No, it doesn't.
He's hustling. He's hustling. I don't see it as hustling.
He doesn't need to hustle because listen, if
he does, he likes money.
No, but
that's why he's not broke. Because even if he's got 300 million, I still want money. I still want money. That's the
he loves money. That's what
he loves money. So he's not going to be broke.
I don't think so. We just need
to he's got so much millions. He's not supposed to charge.
Money is Mayweather's motivation. So
yes,
I don't think he can get broke because that's his motivation.
But I'm not watching what's going on. You lot are not watching.
Sense, bro. That because this is motivation.
But why 1,200? Why not 1,000? Why the extra 200? It maybe doing math. Maybe you need 100 people. Maybe you need 100 people to pay that for him get what I get 120 grand. To pay for something.
I don't know.
You know what? Listen, what people do, yeah? People always look and think that, like, people can't go broke. Richard Branson is balling right now. His man's got on island. He's putting his island up.
Necker Island.
Because he
rape off all them people. Bro. He's fucking have to hand it over. When he was there with the Epstein, Jewish guy that killed himself in prison.
No one knows.
They molested the little picnic them. Yes, I know the truth.
1 second. No one knows.
This is when he becomes conspiracy.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Yeah, I don't edit that bit out. I heard from a good source he's a pedo, mate.
All right, well, that's you stay there. But listen, no one knows.
No, take it out, please. Take it out. Because
no one knows.
Pussy.
From a good source.
Okay, Chris,
some HP sauce.
Chris, where does Mayweather make his money, Chris?
Huh?
Where does Mayweather make his money?
I don't know, but real estate, he's got, obviously, he's like assets.
He's got four
barbershops. He's got 4 barbershops.
He's got his strip club.
Go on.
He's got his strip club.
Yeah, so name something that right now that he's making money. All of those things you named, he may not be making any money right now. They're on
Plus, people obviously pay money to do things. But then again, it kind of made me a bit like I saw him modeling on boohoo.com the other day.
Right. Okay.
I was like, huh?
Right. Floyd Mayweather, boohoo. That's the people who go. The people who go boohoo. Do you know who that is? The people that were on Love Island.
I know.
Love Island people go boohoo, and you see Amber doing this shit. Floyd Mayweather in a 40-pound tracksuit.
Yeah.
That's lies. That's lies.
He's not broke.
That's lies. That is lies. He wasn't wearing boohoo.
Google it.
Bro,
Google it.
No way.
Google it. Floyd Mayweather advertising boohoo. Google it.
No, I'm gonna take the picture and send it to the group.
No.
Like, he's on fucking
No
video.
way. You wouldn't make 50 Cent see that. You wouldn't make 50 Cent.
Look.
For fuck's sake. Oh, for fuck's sake.
That's not even £40. That's about £12.50.
I'm dying.
Look.
Oh, no.
I told you. He's on video.
Don't think that Floyd Mayweather's not smart with money. There's no way.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
For those
So he had a photo shoot. He had a proper photo shoot.
Proper photo shoot. He works for them. He
Yeah,
works for them.
yeah. Listen,
Ambassador.
Yes.
for those that can't see, Yardie has just put up a video
All right,
showing
guys,
a picture showing Floyd Mayweather in his boohoo costume. I'm telling you, it's real, fam.
So what? So what's
So
this
what,
guy? Yeah?
he must have got enough money for that then.
Listen.
Pretty little things.
This is.
Like,
But this is what you got to understand.
He can only get.
Are
He can only
All
get.
right. After seeing that, now, do you think he's broke? After seeing that,
No, that boohoo broke the budget to get him then.
you're a fucking idiot. You're just gonna defend it. You saw Floyd Money Mayweather, brother. Look, Floyd
All
Money.
right, done now, Yardie. Done now. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Man, I will put the album.
No, but Floyd Money Mayweather, the guy who put up all his jewelry, his cars, the houses, Gucci,
you know what?
Louis, and he's advertising Boohoo. And you're telling me that you think he's still got
Why do
money?
you think?
you don't know how much, you don't
Based
know
on
how much
everything you
boohoo
just said.
he got, though.
Hold on,
You
listen,
don't know how much boohoo he got.
Chris. Based on everything that man just said, all his watches, all his cars,
Man, official.
yeah, all of those shit there, yeah, bro, he is a shit spender.
That's right.
Yeah, he is.
He's got no sense with money, bro.
That's
He
right.
always has been.
10
He always
cars, 20 cars, it's dumb, bro. Cars
You
are
He can make it, but he spends it.
Yes.
Didn't his daughter just stab up someone a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah. Young NBA, that rapper.
young boy.
Yeah, NBA young boy, whatever his name is. He was with a girl in the house. She came in, and she's with him in it, and she saw him with a girl, I think, and they got in a fight. I think she stabbed the girl and everything. But I don't even know whether she's on good terms with her dad or not.
They say she's in jail, innit?
Yeah, because
Probably.
did you see the video where young NBA was calling
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather a bitch in front of her, and she's just sitting there? He's like, "Yo, bitch ass daddy," and she's just sitting there. So I don't know. I don't think no one's got much respect for him, blood.
Listen to me.
Bro,
This
he's
guy,
a-
and remember, his ex-wife had a lawsuit against him as well, you know.
For beating her up, innit?
Yeah,
Okay.
Bro,
And then
she
all of a sudden she dead in her
he
car.
got killed. Yeah.
Bro,
All right.
he's not a great,
Yes, sir.
he's not a great, like, obviously this money team thing gasses people up and makes people think that he can't go broke, but blood, he's shit at money. You see, money, the key to having money is a relationship with it and understanding money.
Well, 50
These people are
Cent said.
consumers.
50 Cent said that he was broke. 50 Cent said Floyd Mayweather was broke. He said that. He goes, I can't remember what he said, but he did say he was broke. But 50 don't know him like that anymore. So you don't know what 50 is
How
like.
do you know that? How do you know that?
Who? Him and 50?
Yeah.
They don't get on.
How do you know that they don't? How do you know you don't know him, bro? Like, bro, your character is your character, blood.
Floyd Mayweather said it himself on
Yeah, but your character is your character.
on Noriega podcast. He said
Yeah,
it.
but I get what you're saying, but if he's a spender and never been good with money throughout his whole 20,
But that's like,
his whole
but that's
30,
like,
then 50 can say that he's fucking dumb and he's gonna be broke or whatever because it's a proven pattern.
but that's like me saying that Dizzle won't get fit because I know he's erratic and he only thinks daily.
But that would be a safe bet because I believe Dizzle will get fit, but will he keep fit for the next 10 years consistently? Who knows? But so Mayweather, even if he fixed up for a while, he's gonna revert back because that's what we do.
That's his character.
Yeah, his character.
That's his character.
Yeah, basically, like he does.
So you're trying to say he can't change his character?
No,
Brother, once you pass 35, show me someone who changed their character past 35, 40.
Me.
40. You're not
Past
past
40.
35 or 40, you fool.
Past 40.
No.
Yeah, you there to them.
It's not that you can't change. No, listen. It's not that you can't do things to improve, but there's some things that are ingrained in you at that point. You can't. They don't just disappear. They show up somehow.
But him at 50 was really close enough.
Yeah, but you know what?
15 more teams.
Mayweather does shit like he will wear his boxers and never wear it again. He'll throw it in the bin once a day. He changes his
I don't think that's what's gonna make him broke, but I know what you mean.
No, but I'm saying, like, if he does stupid things at that level, yeah, imagine what else he's doing with his money.
He probably does some dumb things. He do that. He do stupid things like that. The man they go out and buy unnecessary things with them don't need. But what Kane said earlier is that, remember, you know, the more, it's not just with him, it's in general with these celebrities. When they get to a certain level, their lifestyle changes. That's what I mean? So their outgoings change as well, because they've gone from small house to big house. To some of them have a 3-4 house. Some of them have house. Some of them have house where them don't even go yet. Them just have
right.
Yeah. And they got people working there every day.
Buy a house and
they
buy
got stuff.
They got
even
stuff.
Chris
and
Tucker,
there's still outgoings. There's still outgoings going out. Now, with the corona situation, remember, if he owns strip clubs, they're not open. If he owns boxing gyms, they're not open. If anything for public use, they're not open. So he has no online platform. That is, he don't. I don't.
I'll tell you what is open.
TMT is not selling.
I'll tell you what's open. Boohoo website. That's what
so, hey, listen.
I would like to know. I would like to know if he approached them. I would like to know if he approached them.
Of course he did. Look how happy he looked in the pictures.
Don't rub him out that.
That's what I'm saying. Nah, don't do that, Kane.
Are you all right then? All right, watch.
He don't look happy,
in
Kane.
Boohoo adverts, No, look, Boohoo adverts is normally young, trendy, like pretty people. So it's like people that wear like I said, Love Island or footballers or something they'll use. Floyd Mayweather, 43-year-old man from America. Come on, man. That fucker was emailing them for the past 2 years.
I reckon we can get a chalk and cheese ad out of him right now. For
Get me? I beg you wear this chalk and cheese hat and take.
Right, Floyd, put this on. Let me give you a bills. Put this on.
Yeah, because Foster made him a jacket, innit? And he was wearing it.
What?
Yeah.
What's funny? So when he come in last time, all right. So you know when he comes in, he does his like, he shows where he meet and greet. Nobody ever turns up. You know that?
Yeah.
No one don't like him.
Yeah.
The last time he was here,
Stamina would go. Stamina would play this month.
Stamina would go. Stamina
because them charge like a £700-800 a ticket just to go into these places.
When
I went to Vegas to watch Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao, usually a weigh-in is free, you know. No, I went. Usually the weigh-in is free.
This is say you go for try and get one of the man boxers.
You know, dickhead's blood. Usually the weigh-in's free, innit?
He only weighed it once.
Go on, Chris. Don't follow Yardie, go on.
But we had to pay 2 bills, you know, just to go to about 2 bills just to go to
watch a man go up on scale.
To watch a man in his pants standing on scales.
It's best you kept that story to yourself. Chris, it's best you should have kept that story to yourself. You paid 2 bills to watch a man weigh himself in his boxing shorts.
Let me explain.
Listen, hey, send me bills. I'll do it now for you now. On the way there.
2 bills.
Let me explain.
For the way, there's
things in the weigh-in, like they only show you the weigh-in, but before that, they've got like a concert. They've got like all these people performing for that.
Lies!
I've muted them. Please talk.
What's his name was performing? What's that name? Rush Murder. What's his name? Yeah, him. Who else was performing? I can't remember. There's about 3 or 4 people performing, and then they did the weigh-ins after. So it's like,
all right. Let me ask you a question. Hold on, wait. Sorry. Before you went though, did you know that there was gonna be a concert?
Yeah.
You liar.
Wait.
Yeah, liar, Chris.
No. You know,
No, because
you paying that much money, but
no, you would have said I went to a concert and then they had the weigh-in after.
Okay,
but you went to the weigh-in.
That was the main thing. But you don't know how much. You didn't even know how much you were paying.
Chris, send me a £50. I'm hungry, man. Send me a £50.
I was in Vegas. Fuck it. I was in Vegas. You have to go for the fight. So you might as well do the whole thing.
So Chris, did you go to Vegas for the fight?
Yeah.
That was the main reason for going.
Not really, but it was a bit of the because I've never been in Vegas before. There's a lot of raving going on then as well. It's like bare people are in Vegas that whole weekend. Like, everyone's having parties here or there, so it's like raving as well as the fight. So it weren't just the fight; it's the raving thing as well.
All right.
Oh, okay. Did you have a good time?
Yeah. Well,
don't make them get to you, bro.
Don't let them get to me.
I'm only asking, isn't it?
Hey, listen.
Nah.
But I think there was something the other day, yeah? Go on, Chris, go on.
Go on. Do your thing.
No, you finished?
Yeah.
Don't make them get to you.
I'm winding them up.
Why if you winding them up?
Sorry.
I'm fine. Look, I'm cool.
I see Ceesix look like young'un.
Huh?
You look like young'un.
No, he look like Oldham. He look like Oldham. He don't look like young'un.
Oldham FC.
Yeah.
You ain't feeling around there, man. Shut up. You know?
What's the Oldham?
Yeah, you look like Oldham, brother. Come on, man. You're
No, it actually look like a light-skinned Rick Ross.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I see.
Bleach out. Yeah, it looks like a bleach out liquor.
And you know the worst thing? Brother, I don't know, where are you? Are you at home?
Yeah.
You're the only one wearing jumper. What? You ain't got a heating on or something?
Brother, are you in the fucking shower?
Oh, no, you see what make me laugh? No, it's all right. Dizzle can laugh at that because he went there because it was Yardie that said it first. Yardie said the joke first, and now he's two people joke.
How's the man trying to cuss my curtains and the man's got shower curtains in his room? Fuck you!
See what I mean?
Rude. You're rude! How dare you! No, that is the most disrespectful thing. The man's got shower curtains in the fucking front room.
I mean,
and he cussing
you're
me
right.
about my red curtains.
Yes.
You're showering. No, that's a hazard. Water and electrics don't mix, brother.
That's called passing the problem over. You get me?
Hey,
man showering in the front room.
Go on,
listen,
go.
but I think about something the other day, yeah? Like how enough people are on lockdown right now, yeah? But delivery people are still working, right? I was just thinking, imagine there's some people out there have some like stalking ex that they try to get away from, but the ex end up being a delivery driver and delivering parcels.
Where was that thought process? Where do you think of that?
No,
He's a stalker. He's a stalker. That's what it is.
Like, how do you think of that? Why did that come to your head?
Because
I was thinking the same thing. Where did that come from?
Because when people deliver into my house now, a lot of them are, why Yardie and Ray? Like, I say, enough people are going, enough of them delivery man and know where I live now. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think to myself, imagine like woman them who get away from a relationship. Imagine them ex turn a delivery driver and
just to stalk them.
If they
no, him didn't even know, and he just turn up and she had telephone.
Well,
You know how long me I look for you?
Yeah, if they've had
No,
problems,
I want to do a sketch like that tomorrow.
if they've had problems, yeah.
I'll do a sketch like that.
Yeah, idiot.
If they've had problems and like police were involved or whatever, like say like it was domestic violence, technically all delivery drivers should pass a CRB check or a DBS check before that. Technically, that is the rules for most of them. However, I thought that
I don't even think you should put this out.
No.
Might give them an idea.
No, but listen, I've always thought that. I thought about imagine like
Why did you think that?
Hold on, everyone's got like.
Give my reason. Why did you think that?
No, you don't know what I'm thinking. Let me explain what I'm saying. I think enough people have an on-site person that if they see each other, it's
It's a problem.
Yeah, most people have at least one person throughout their life.
Hold on, but is it like Dizzle's painter?
Yeah, like that.
No, Chris, what did you
All right, let me finish. So if you got the on-site beef now, and you're just in your yard with your kids and that, and then he knocks the door to give you a boohoo parcel that Floyd Mayweather was modeling, what happens? Like the
On-site.
It's on-site, and they know where you live now.
So Chris,
that was something that I thought from the past.
So Chris, what happened if the girl turned up at your yard?
My yard. I say this ain't my house.
What if Yeld turned up at your yard?
Oh, Yeld. Oh my days, cuz I'll strangle her blood clot, you know. I'll go jail. I'll probably go jail. I will strangle her ass.
Are you man still getting?
You mean still? The man said still, you know.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't disrespect her like that. Don't disrespect her like that.
No.
Hey, it will never stop.
It's professional. Don't do that. Don't take that away from her.
It will never
stop. Is she still? The man said she's still. You're supposed to say how much time a day.
Yeah.
But back to what you're saying, Ceesix. You're right, no, because you remember when like the Uber Eats just come out and things like that. Brother, sometimes you used to get some brother will come at the door and deliver. Like, I mean, I look at him, no, says a young youth. I mean, I think, no, man. I need to see your face. They don't even show them face. They just have on the health see them here. You just see the two guys, them look for your hair boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had it before, though. I've had it before.
Don't trust it.
I was in beef with one brother, innit, in school days.
Oh,
What's he saying?
I was
in beef back in the days.
Go on, leave him.
No, let me explain. This is the true story, yeah?
You sure?
I was on the bus, yeah? And there was one ugly youth. He was standing on the concrete. And some girls looked out the bus and they said,
ugly you. Did you what do you mean? Explain. I don't
This brother,
was he better looking than Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao when they took their clothes off?
In the way.
Go through with your stories, man.
You look sexy.
I've muted them, Chris. I've muted them. Go on.
It's pointless. Go on.
They're muted.
Fuck that, man. I'm like Kane now, innit? Fuck that. No, I'm not telling you.
Chris.
Fuck that. Fuck the story, cuz. Go and explain.
No, they're muted. Come on, just say it, man. Let's cause that we don't want that. We don't need that. Come, sorry. They're muted. Just say what you're saying. So you're on the bus. You look out. There's his brother. There's some girls on the bus. Go on, just talk to me.
I'm all right. Honestly, I don't want to explain the story, fam. You go on. I'm cool with it. Go on, explain.
You know what we're gonna do, yeah? You see one podcast. One of our podcasts, we're gonna do, yeah. It's gonna call The Stories. And Ceesix need to talk for him Kung Fu story. He need to talk for him bus crashing story.
Right.
And Chris, you need to talk this a beef story. I don't think I do alone now, none yet, but
you understand?
That's true.
And we talk our story. We talk our story.
The difference is, yeah, you lot, Chris is right because even
here we go. It's because it backs you up. It backs you up.
No, because even now saying your Kung Fu story, it's not a fucking Kung Fu story.
Don't worry.
I don't do Kung Fu. I've never done ninja. Now, what you don't understand is that take the piss and you make someone not want to talk. Every week, you lot say some shit and make someone not want to
So
speak.
you tell me. You
Right?
tell me C6.
You make somebody not want to speak. And when you make somebody not want to speak, yeah, it
C6,
just...
you tell me. You tell me.
You can't fucking mute me either.
Forget it then, man. Fuck it.
C6.
All right, you know what?
Me say, yeah,
Bro, and you know
you
what?
never used to look in at the mirror and go,
What? I've got stories. Listen, I've got cut things from all of us that when people piss us off. So me and Yardie's problem, I've still got that. Cause I said something we didn't like and it's gone mad. Dizzle's problem. And what we're doing is every week.
but it's not a story.
Every week, what you find is you get. Of course, it's a story.
No, but you gave us a trailer. You gave us the trailer of a wicked piece of movie, and now we can't see the movie.
What I'm saying. What I'm
So
saying.
you got us to the juicy part. Like, yeah, the boy them came. I went, and then
He don't know about the unmute. So let me leave him for a second.
No, but you know what?
But listen, you must understand this. No matter how it goes, like you cannot always try to draw comedy before the man them say what they're saying. Draw it up.
You know what? That
that's-
part I agree with. That part I agree with.
Pussy needs to
Chris,
agree.
And that's why I
Chris,
said
I
we have to do
apologize.
That's why
Yes,
I don't. That's why I don't. That's why I keep saying. That's why I don't even fucking talk.
And that's why I said we are gonna do a podcast.
But that's why I apologize. I'm sorry.
We're gonna do a podcast called "This Is My Story."
this
Real
is my
Kung Fu
song.
story. Yeah.
If I spoke about that time, and then it was spoken about, and then all the jokes came, I will handle that. But you're not letting me land. You're not even letting me.
That's what I keep saying.
And just like
That's what I
Kane
keep saying.
last week, like he was gonna say something about his dad and his mum giving his dad the allow, and then we stopped it. Like, do you remember?
So Kane have two
Oh,
stories.
that was me. Last week. That was last week.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Kane have two stories.
And who stopped me?
No,
Who stopped me last week?
Man, just making jokes at the beginning of your story. So then
Who-
stop.
Who interrupted me last week?
It doesn't matter. We all do it, bro.
Ah,
Okay.
but well, who? Let's say who interrupted him last week.
And it was you or Yardie, like usually.
You.
What? Yardie.
It weren't Yardie.
It
It weren't Yardie.
was C6.
It was Ceesix. See, you don't like to take this. Own it.
It wasn't me.
Own it.
What did I say then? Because I tell you what, I know you ain't watched back the podcast, you pussy hole. I know you ain't watched it back. I know it's not
You
me.
edit it.
I know it's not me.
But you edit it, C6. So you're gonna.
But the point is, let's be real, for real. We have to
On the real,
let the man
listen,
talk
on the
first.
real, I'm gonna own this one. I'm gonna own this one. I apologize, Chris. That's my bad. I should have kept my mouth shut. That's my bad.
So what me I gonna do? I gonna put it out on Instagram, on Chalk and Cheese. Do you want to hear the untold stories? And if they say yes, we have to do it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've all got the stories. We've all got them. We've all got the stories. Listen, I've got the story, the Kung Fu story. Chris has got a couple stories. Kane's got a couple stories. Dizzle's got a couple stories. White Yardie's got a standpipe story. You know what I mean? We've all got stories, bro. You get me?
Yes.
But
And then we want to hear the Kung Fu one finish. We want to hear the
Crash into the bus.
that's
bus
Kane.
crashing one.
Yeah.
And we
Cook
want
one.
to hear
Jump up the man on the bus.
the beef one, the ugly brother on the bus. Them three they have to talk.
So you don't want to hear the standpipe story, no?
I want to hear.
You know the standpipe?
Standby story.
You don't know the standpipe?
Whose story, Chris? Whose story you want to hear?
I want to hear Dizzle's story in jail, whether he really got molested.
Fucking idiot.
All right. No, but serious, big and serious though. This, like, you're an honest guy, innit? Did anybody approach you, like, on a physical level, to try and do anything?
We say?
Did anybody try anything with you in prison?
No, the prisoner. Don't be silly.
Because I've never been. I don't know how it works in there, but
No, no. But see, saying that it's not. Fun joke aside, if you're talking on a serious note, you
I'm being
wouldn't.
serious.
You wouldn't get no beef or nothing. They'll rate you. They say, "Well, go on, unks," and you won't get no. You wouldn't. Remember, it's about personality. If you ain't got no personality or no aura about you, remember, it's you're in a zone of alphas, isn't it? So if they smell, it's like dogs, isn't it? If they smell it fair on you,
Then that's it. You're finished.
that's it.
And it
So
can't
you have to know that.
physical.
You have to know something. Angry. Every time I move from a new
He's
jail
a
to
C6
jail, I'm
like
instantly angry.
Yeah.
Listen,
You angry.
I navigate through life and I don't have no issues.
No, but you say in a jail, Ceesix
No,
is about that argument.
No, Ceesix will be. He wouldn't be a dickhead in jail, but he'd be fighting a lot. He'd be fighting a lot.
Listen, what you must understand is, yeah, like in every scenario you put yourself in, you carry yourself a certain way. Now, no matter how it goes, we might argue a lot on this podcast, but arguably nobody don't. You lot.
It would have been red band too.
You lot don't. When we link up, when we first met up, forget about this podcast and how we deal with each other on this podcast. Think about how we were when we first linked up.
Listen,
no violations coming my way, blood. The violations weren't coming to me.
No, but that's what they're saying. They're not saying you get violated. They're not saying that. They said you just end up in fight all the time.
Second, think about yourself. Before this podcast, before you allowed the familiarity, which one of us dissed you?
Not one.
Well, then that's what I'm talking about.
But listen,
That's
in
how-
jail,
no,
listen, in
wait a
jail,
second, bro. Listen, in life, yeah.
in jail, you got there around the man them 24/7 for military, whatever the word, you can't even say it right now. It will come like that.
I'm telling you.
One day in a jail, a man get to know you, like feel like you know you
Let
for
me
10
explain
years.
something to you.
So,
You
you're getting an argument.
have to let me finish, bro. You have to let me finish.
This is why you're getting an argument. Because you go on the man,
No, you have to
tell the man, let me finish.
Listen, bro, first of all, just because certain man have been to prison, that don't mean shit, bro. That don't mean anything.
No, you're right. It don't mean
And let me tell you something, yeah?
It means I've learned to abide by the law.
Fucking hell, blood. Can man just shut up and let me talk?
See?
that's why you're getting a beef.
They understand what I'm saying?
Every
First
day.
impressions count, bro. First impressions count. That's when you make your fucking name, bro. You think I
You
don't
couldn't
know?
be a listener.
You think I don't know? You don't think, bro, I'm older than you. Like I've been in a bag of situations, bro. I don't take no L's, bro. You think I'm going to go to jail and act like a prick? Come on, bro. No, you know what you're doing.
That's not what they said. You're not listening, Ceesix.
I know, Ceesix is
Well,
even
we
relaxed,
say you're
bro.
getting an argument every
They just said
day.
you'd end up in argument
You know
all day.
what? Let me tell you why I don't get in arguments. I don't get in arguments with no one else, bro. I only get in arguments with the man them in this group because the
That's
man
right.
always on fucking.
This is like jail. This group is like jail.
I'm on show, blood.
You understand?
I'm on show because when we
This is jail, man.
blood,
Welcome to D Black, baby.
you see what you lot do, yeah? Because what you lot don't understand, yeah? What you lot fail to understand, yeah, is that, and Kane, you know, this is why it pisses me off sometimes because you know how it feels to
To be robbed.
for the man to be normal until the cameras start rolling. Like we don't get into this shit. We don't argue at all. Separately.
But you're not listening. Can I just say?
Shut up, man. Listen, we don't argue at all outside of this podcast because in this podcast, the man them are always showing up. So if we were in
Guys, can we do that in the group? We argue in the group, so you can't say that. It's worse in the group. Remember, it's worse in the group because we do things in the group. We're forced to go public and even worse.
It's showing out.
All right, can I? All right. Can you let me speak for a second? Are you gonna let me speak for a second, then C6?
You can say what you like because you don't. As soon as I'm talking, no one ain't even letting me finish.
The group is worse. I look at the other day. I had to take my L. Yardie got me, and I had to take my L. You see, I put my hands up. I didn't come back. I didn't try to retaliate. I just took my L.
In real life, yeah. Let me tell you something. If we weren't friends and we didn't have this podcast, you think I'm gonna wake up and see an insult for me for no reason? Them men that can't chat to me. If that was what my brethren did, I would cut them off. You think I'm gonna wake up?
All right, but C6.
A man chatting shit. Fuck off, blood. So
Okay.
So we put up with shit. We put up with shit. We put up with things.
Like put up with shit, my flush shit.
Right now,
All right.
right now, Chris is pissed off because you lot have done the same thing that you do every week. But Chris ain't an idiot, and he's putting up with it for the sake of the podcast. If man did it, if man kept doing this outside of something like the podcast, Chris wouldn't deal with it like that. So don't put this podcast and think that that is how life is for me across the whole board, because it doesn't work like that. You don't show out every fucking week. So
No, but C6.
you're taking arguments every week that you don't take in your normal life.
Chris
Yes.
is taking this shit.
Yeah, so bang up time. No,
All right, let me just say something. C6, hold on. All right, you've said a lot, yeah?
Yeah, go on.
What we were saying was that you wouldn't take shit. So you'd end up in argument with people. That's what we were saying.
No,
Yeah.
because you don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know me. Because what you do, you don't think that this podcast and how I deal with the man in this podcast is me in general. But I tell you something, as I said before, my friends and the people I associate with don't treat me like this.
I get you, but
Don't you think they probably stepping on eggshells to please you? Don't you think that?
No, bro, it's not that. It's not that. Man takes this fuckery for the podcast. If you think that Chris is sitting there happy and enjoying himself right now for himself, he's doing it for the sake of the podcast.
Smile. Chris a smile.
Chris is lonely. That's the only reason why. Chris is by himself. That's why. Don't put that on.
For the sake of the podcast. Bro, when we just rubbed him out and he was talking, it's for the sake of the podcast why he's still here in this conversation.
Yeah, I would have long time.
Kane,
You just want any excuse, Chris. I know you.
when you first came about, yeah, when the man then started chatting shit and oh, I thought you was intelligent. If that was general,
you said that.
No, I'm not saying I didn't say it. But I think it's a part of being in this podcast. So I'm telling you, if that was just outside and it wasn't for the sake of the podcast, how would you have dealt with that?
Of course, differently, but
so just by saying that, I can't judge you for you as a man by the way you deal with this podcast. You make certain allowances for.
Can I say something to you, C6?
You make allowances for
one time. I can agree with that whole philosophy. What you just said, you're correct. I give you that. That's the one time though, but you are
okay.
correct.
But he still getting a whole heap of argument in a jail.
He would get an argument. Because you're not taking violation.
No, the thing is,
you're not taking violation.
No, listen,
like,
listen.
We not say I go jail. We not say I go jail. Listen, we not say I go jail and you go blow the light. Them go tell you to blow out the light bulb and we not tell you say man I'll give you a broomstick and say wine pan it. We not tell you them things.
Why punch it?
We not tell you what we are saying is I'm gonna be an idiot, but we just feel like you're getting enough argument.
Let me can I say one thing?
You're doing the same thing. Listen, in my
let Chris say something.
Can I say one thing? Right, my brethren, Jermaine, he went to the same school as Ceesix. He said to me, I didn't know Ceesix. Ceesix had never been the argumentative type. So what we see is that side of Ceesix, because obviously we frustrate him, but he might not be bringing that energy to jail. He might just be bringing the side.
He might be 24-hour lockdown then.
But C6 went to an all-boys school. So he might bring that same energy from school to jail where he doesn't get an argument. But we only see this side. But he might have another side that he brings what's not argumentative. So that's what he's trying to
school and big man.
I'm trying to tell you, listen, around the DJs, around everyone in my whole, like, I don't get into this. And you know why? The thing is, because you guys, and as I said it from the beginning, as you can remember from the beginning, I've been saying this, all this whole thing was built on was man just teasing.
Yeah, you guys bring that first to me.
And I said, blood. Chris came about, we didn't know Chris, cussing. When Shabba was here, cussing. Everything was about cussing. And that doesn't happen in general day-to-day life for me at all. I don't surround myself with it, and I don't do it, and I don't take it. But for the sake of this podcast, I take it. And that's why I'm frustrated. I would walk off. If I never had to do this podcast with you guys, you lot couldn't chat. I'd go. Because once you diss me once, and I think that you've gone too far, then we'll just allow that. Then I will move on. So the day when I said what I said to Kane and it wound him up, he had to take it for the sake of this podcast. Doesn't mean that's what he will do day to day. So stop judging me on that. I'm not gonna go jail and be the C6 on this podcast. When I go jail, I'm not a C6 anyway. I'm back to my original person. You think I want to be in there and be a DJ?
Yeah, the number them longer. You don't just have one. You have like
through life and never had no issues. I've navigated through life and I'm quite successful. And I've never had no issues.
You kind of kill the vibe. You kill the vibe.
Yeah, that means you're acting then. That means you're not a serious brother. That means you're coming to say and you're acting tough.
If you want me to be how we will deal with this thing, then literally the podcast will be over before.
Why? Because we never had a fight back in the day, so don't try to come here and fight.
No, it's not a fighting thing. I just wouldn't take your shit, bro. Because the moment you keep doing this fuckery, then you just need to be ejected from my life. But I put up with things for the podcast. And that is simply it. And same with Dizzle. Dizzle says nobody can violate Dizzle back in the day, but because he does it all as a comedian, he takes whatever you lot give and he just takes it with a pinch of salt. But him as a general man, who he is day to day, he's not like that. We can't judge him based on what he gives here.
Boy, the painter man take you 100 pounds from the man gone, though.
That's why you have to leave his pic. Yeah, I bet. Did you paint your son's room yourself, innit? The blue.
Nah,
you painted it yourself, innit?
Is that a hat or a shower cap?
It's a shower cap. It's a shower cap. It's a shower. Oh, now Chris, wake up. Now the joke's on me. Now Chris, wake up.
You can't laugh at no Ceesix. Not so serious, no man. Man, serious like a jail him there. Yo. Laugh, man.
Go on.
So yeah, any dilemmas?
Are we gonna do any memories to Stephen Lawrence?
Yes.
Yes.
You know what? Funny thing, because I grew up in the same area as him, and he was my age. I think it was like a year difference, and I remember vividly, like when it happened. And
did you know him at all?
Yeah, I didn't know him well, but I knew him.
Okay.
I didn't know him well. A friend of mine, Leon, he was good friends with him, and I saw Stephen.
Which year did this happen?
Huh?
What year did it happen?
93, I think it was. Was it 93? 93. So it was like 27 years ago, and I saw him like probably about 4 months before, but just passing, and I was with my friend. And when it happened, I said, Stephen, like, you know, like if you just meet someone and they're unassuming, quiet, just no problem. Because Dwayne as well, the guy he was with, you know the guy he was with on the night.
Yeah.
I know Dwayne. I've known Dwayne for years as well. Like we all grew up in the same area, and it was just like it was a shock because we know that there's racist people in the area, but to know that something like that happened up the road from where I live to someone like that.
Was you shook as well? No.
Pardon?
Was you shook as well after? Was you scared?
No, because when you're 18, you're not really. It's just news, isn't it? Like you're kind of like Ross, but it's not like you don't ever think it's gonna happen to you, innit? Yeah. You know, like when you're 18, you feel like you're invincible.
Yeah.
So I was young then, so like, but it was just a strange time, and as time went on, it just became even just weird because when they started writing stories about him saying he was in gangs and all this shit and nothing like that never went like that. That showed me how manipulative this country is and media.
Yeah, the media, yeah.
Yeah, bro. It was so bad because he was not like that at all. But his mum and his dad.
Oh, Doreen.
Yeah, Doreen. Now to see what they've gone through, brother. Listen, if that happened to one of my kids, I couldn't cope. I could not do what Doreen did. I couldn't go through the whole.
It's necessary, bro. You could do it, man.
I understand what you're saying, Six. I don't have that temperament to.
That's what I'm saying. I can't understand it. That's why I said I don't really like to talk about losing child because that to me that's me losing my soul.
That's me.
So when I see people come on TV and they could talk about it, and I respect that because I don't think that's it. I think God, that's it for me.
I think what people do, when you're in a position like that, yeah, I think you think about other parents going through the same thing, and therefore you find the strength because you don't want anyone else to feel this pain. You get what I'm saying?
No, I can say something to you. I'm telling you, everybody deals with their pain differently. Like, I don't know. If you know what I mean? Everybody, you can't blame someone for mourning how they mourn, if you know what I'm saying.
No,
Some
I'm not
people don't
saying that,
mourn
but
at
no,
all.
I'm
But
just
me,
saying
I know.
The husband did left, innit? After a while.
Yeah, they split up. They split up.
there's a lot of pressure. There's a
He
lot
went
of
back to Jamaica.
be a lot of pressure on the relationship. There'll be a big strain on the relationship.
What, brother? Come on. And
They're
then,
amazing people. Like, they're amazing people.
yeah,
what
and
they've
because of how it happened, it wasn't like, because of the way how it happened, you start blaming each other for certain things as well. Why you make him God? Why you never this? Why you didn't do that? Why did you do that? Why? And then you're having turmoil in your house when you're supposed to be grieving. No, man, I couldn't. Me, if anything happened to any of my kids, I couldn't.
But you see,
I couldn't cope.
the difference is, like, with that Stephen Lawrence situation, yeah, what made it so different than something else, like, that was like, so someone else got killed by a racist. It was the knock-on effect by the police afterwards and the media afterwards.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it was ganged up on by everyone. The boys who done it, the police, and the fucking media. It's like they were all in one big gang. So
They were.
No, but that's the thing. So their fight was worse than an average just losing your youth. You get what I'm saying? But it was so necessary because they've uncovered some fuckery.
100%.
So much. They're powerful, like, and their resilience is powerful. And
yeah, I agree with you. 100%.
Bro. Like heroes, bro.
But I can't imagine, like, to grow my child to 18. My child don't give me no trouble, no nothing. It's not like with some children, you half expect some bad news at your door sometime or whatever. It wasn't like that. Where
and it's always the good people. They say the good die young, you know.
Yeah.
And some crosses picnic that is so fucking crosses.
Yeah, but you see what's funny though? At the time, it was like the area I grew up in weren't no idiot area. So there was some bad man in the area.
Where you grew up?
Help him.
No, I grew up Lee Green, so like Lewisham. Yeah. I grew up Lewisham, but Eltham's up the road.
No, you grew up in Lee Green. Lewisham and Lee Green are different.
Yeah, but I grew up on Lee High Road. No, I grew up on Lee High Road.
On the high road, above Woolworth.
High road. There's no gang
you don't even let me finish.
Ceesix, you see what you do a while ago?
Yeah.
You see that now?
You're bringing about the energy.
You see that now?
You're bringing the energy.
I could get upset.
Shut up.
I'm not.
Energy. Go on.
You see? And even Chris stopped smiling because Chris knows you fucked up.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Don't care, you fucked me over bedtime. So fuck
Why is the fuck over?
That's like, okay, go on.
Bedtime.
No, but it's like, so back then, we were kind of like, why couldn't it have happened? Why couldn't their man have approached this person or that person? Because it would have ended differently. But for some reason, look, anybody who's a bully, they know who to approach to bully, if that makes sense. They're not going to approach a man that looked a certain way. Because there's man that used to carry things on them back in the day.
To be honest, what I'm about to say, obviously I don't have the mind of a racist, but I feel like they were working off of strength and numbers. They were working. They were working off the location they were in, and they were gonna attack whoever. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, someone.
But no, hold on, listen. I've heard stories from back in the day when, like, they're talking about the Teddy boys used to come down, and even the bad man them with them knife, they're running them down. Like a racist man's motivation is different from, like, so if they're rolling in a gang and they see the black guys, it's not, oh, he looks like he's got a thing on him. Like, it's just wrong place, wrong time.
Let me tell you something. 100%, those same brothers that killed Stephen Lawrence, they would not have done that on Lee High Road.
Yeah, but that's a different location. It's a location.
I know. But that's what I'm trying to say to you.
To Stephen.
Huh?
They wouldn't have done it on Lee High Road to Stephen. Or
that's what I'm saying.
To Stephen.
They felt comfortable.
Exactly. So no matter who the black man unfortunately was at the bus stop, even if he was they're not looking at him and sizing him up. There's 10 of them. They were going to get the 1 or 2 man, no matter who they are. They didn't say, oh, look at him. He looks weak. He looks strong.
No, but it's an instinct thing. If there was the same amount of black guys as there was them, they wouldn't have done nothing.
But that's not what you're saying. The thing that you originally said was if it was certain man.
Not necessarily just one man by himself, but I'm just saying, if it was a certain, remember, he weren't by himself, you know?
Yeah, 2 of them. 2 versus 8.
But if the 2 of the baddest man from where I come from, them man, they would have stood their ground. There would have been a problem.
2 of the baddest man where you're from at the same bus stop, and 8 of these guys jumped out.
There weren't 8 of them.
How many of them was there? No one knows how many they were. They know how many were convicted.
I think there was 5, I think.
Okay, but 5 is still outnumbering 3. And if they've got tools as well, then, bruv, like, it is what it is, isn't it? Like, it's not, it wasn't because he was soft or anything. Bro.
No, that's not what I was saying. That's not what I was saying.
Okay.
But I'm saying, what's he saying?
He's muted himself.
Dizzle, unlock yourself.
You muted yourself.
Don't try to call me.
Oh. Yeah, man, it's just a sad situation, but yeah, man, just got to remember Stephen Lawrence and his parents, what they did.
Yeah, parents.
I think they changed a lot. I think that they prevented a lot more things from happening because like usually get copycats.
Yeah.
And once it's been highlighted and it looks like that you can't get away with that shit, then And I hope that what's his name? The youth that went to jail. He went to jail like 15 years later. I hope they.
Yeah.
I hope
just recently, a couple of years ago.
Yeah, he got fucked up in there as well. He got fucked up in there.
Yeah,
Good.
he deserved that, bro.
Good.
Because for what? For drug smuggling or something, innit?
Have you got a dilemma?
Yeah, we have a dilemma. We can close one, please.
Yeah, because it's 11:30. It's very late. I want to bathe and wash my balls.
I got lots of dilemmas, but I ain't reading them. Fuck you.
We never want to ask you to read them. You know you're dyslexic, so why would you do that?
You're worse than me, you little bitch.
That's why I don't try to do it, but you try to do it.
I
know my lane.
You know your lane.
I know my lane. You said, all right, what do you think, guys?
That's funny.
Well, when someone else doesn't bring in the question,
Chris,
if I don't bring in the questions, no one else does. So,
hey, Chris, you're right. Don't listen to Dizzle. We mute him.
Nah,
mute.
fuck that. No. You know what, guys? Start looking for this role.
Chris, send it over to someone else to read.
Yeah, I will.
I'll put it on the screen. Can you put it on the screen?
You know what? Mute me and make him do it. Mute me.
No, I'm not doing it. You know what? I saved them.
No, mute me. Mute me.
No, Dizzle, I'll save them for our show.
No, we can't get one.
Yo, quick dilemma, yeah? Quick dilemma.
Okay, hold on. So it's like that. Your show can get a dilemma, but we can't get one now.
Yeah, quick dilemma.
So that I'm allowed to be the fuck I can be without being fucking off.
But hold on, wait a second. No, Chris. No, that's wrong, Chris.
Yes.
Dizzle's the one. No, but Dizzle's the one who fucking interrupts when you're doing.
You as well.
Shame, pussy. Good. Yes.
Fuck you. Yes. You bitch.
Yes. About Dizzle.
When you do the.
You fuel Dizzle. You're the fucking fire starter, and then Dizzle just fucking throws the petrol on top of it to make it worse. So shut up.
But Chris, we've had a conversation about this, and it won't happen again.
Yeah, oh yeah, you said that 2 weeks ago.
It won't happen. All right, send the dilemma to Ceesix then, and Ceesix can read it out.
Nah, it's too long, man. Let's just cut it.
That's why I read it too.
I'm tired.
Yeah, all right. I guess we're leaving it there, man. It's been a good podcast, I think.
Yeah.
Been really good. And no matter fact, we can leave it on Stephen Lawrence as a matter of fact. You know what I mean? Memory of him. So
R.I.P. Stephen, man.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Stephen Lawrence. Hey, next week is your week, Diz.
Next week is your week, yeah.
Yeah. Next week's dedicated to you, bro.
Why?
It's episode 69.
You idiot. You look like a 69. You look like the definition of a bowcat.
Fam, that's how you were conceived. You were conceived from a 69.
You was eating pom-pom before it was in fashion. You, with your red face. You can see you was eating pom-pom before it was even in fashion.
The man said you was conceived from a 69. Brother, come on.
You idiot.
You get me? All right, people.
You love a 69, Kane. Bat in the face.
We're out, man. Enough respect, man.
Yeah.
Fuck you, lot.
Yes, sir. Go on.
Oh, fuck.